Right, so we're here for the Thermal Formula 1 League Free Practice 1 for Austria here. I'm joined by the head of FIA, Charlie.
Good evening, everyone. I am Charlie Giles, and I'm the head of FIA.
He will be commentating with me through today's free practice. So we haven't seen any of these drivers drive Austria. We know it's a really short track, really quick pace. A lot of long straights through it. Should be a good race here. A lot of places to overtake.
I was actually watching the Ferrari camp earlier on today. The Ferrari boys are doing some practice on very well in Austria. I do believe it will be raining in the track later on, so that might give them a slight edge over the opposition.
Yep. So we did have Race finish P1 there. He has been dominating France, and now he might be able to transfer that over to Austria. And I believe we had both Dams drivers finishing P2, P3 in qualifying. So really good race from them. So we'll see if they can bring this to the table in this feature race. I believe it is a 50%, isn't it, Charlie?
Yes, it's a 50% feature race with ghosting off, which is the first time we're doing ghosting off in a while, so it should be interesting to see what happens.
Alright. So they're all lined up on the grid now. I believe it's formation lap. Yeah. Right. Let's get everything up here. Right, so we got everyone starting on the super softs apart from Storm, who's going to be starting on the soft compounder tyre. So we'll definitely keep an eye on him. Hold on, I'm going to turn my game volume a bit. It is quite loud. Yeah, it's on 9. Oops.
I'm not sure what's happened, but P3, 4, and 5 were all disqualified.
Yeah, all it takes is a slightest bit of contact and that'll be him out of the formation lap. So that is not good for them. They're going to start on some ice cold tyres there. The one we got to watch out for is Storm. If he gets disqualified from the formation lap, he is going to start on some really cold tyres and he's not going to be able to get him back up to temperature very easily.
You have to wonder what Storm's doing. Starting on soft tyres when everyone else is on super soft.
Yep, and all it takes is off the start and just a tap on his front wing, just taking off a bit, and that will be his strategy practically ruined. If you're starting on a harder compound, you got to make sure that you can make it through the first couple of laps just safely. Well, we do have Rakes just warming up his tyres as we're approaching the starting grid once again.
With regards to Broski Dave, unlicensed, wasn't he? That race, P2 wasn't.
Really well, his Monaco performance was so we'll see if Austria is one of his best. Alright, so the grid is finishing forming now with Sauber, I believe. Red lights are on, and the lights. Dave jumping to start there.
I think Dave's an AI. Yeah, he's lagged out, and AI level 1 will just drive away.
So surely the lights will go out soon.
I believe we're having some technical difficulties.
There we go. Rakes does look like he don't get the greatest of starts there. As both Dams passing him down the inside there. Rakes trying to hold position around the outside, tussling with Choco there, and that Storm out of the race.
Oh my god, what happened there?
It looks like he did get squeezed by Probert and Bandy there. He didn't look like he had any room, and he's just out of the race already.
And
really.
Crispy and Fanta hitting each other as well with the two teammates.
And that looks like it could be a... So yeah, that's a safety car, so I'm going to take this time to invite Dave back into the session.
Dave is actually 14 seconds ahead currently because of the start his AI got. I think he
Yeah,
needs
so
to give
not
that
the...
time back. He needs to pit for no tires or something like that.
Alright, so I'm gonna get Storm in here just to find out what did happen to him. Because I'm interested in knowing.
You have to feel bad for Riggs here. He was on pole and now he's in ninth.
Yep, so not the best performance from him, but maybe it was not his fault, but we'll soon find out when I can get him in here. Do you want to just at him?
I'll get him in.
Tell him to join the wait line. Oh shit.
I'll join voice chat and I'll drag him.
No, I'll just get him in here so everyone can know. Oh, I keep creating a text channel.
That's sick. Alright, I'm dragging him in now.
Yep, so he should be able to move into here.
And we are now coming live from the I'm sure box with Storm.
Alright, so Storm, what happened in turn 1 there?
I'm absolutely fuming.
Can you run us through what was happening? It did look like Bear and Bandy did squeeze you, both of them, but we didn't get a clear.
At the start. I thought I got a good start. Went for Crispy. I thought Crispy tried to squeeze me a bit, but then he went off. So that was he went like to the left a bit. So I thought that was fine, fair enough. And then I go into the corner, and then who's it? Fair enough. He went. That was my fault. I shouldn't have hit the inside of him. But then the other two completely tried to dive bomb down the inside and leave me no room, and it's just ruined my race, and I'm absolutely fuming with it.
Would you be able to name these two drivers? Which dive bombed you?
I think it was one of the. I think it was probably the Campos. I think it was Zartra. I don't know who the other one was, but I think it was Zartra and someone else. But I'm not sure who the other one was.
I think it's Mrs. Atara and D Pro Bear.
Yeah.
Alright, so that was not the result you were looking for free practice 1 then. Your incident did cause a safety car, but we are sure you'll bounce back for free practice 2 and hopefully the race Saturday. Okay.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah. It's very unlucky there, but we hope to see you again in free practice 2, okay?
Yeah, thank you very much. Peace.
Right.
Good luck.
Yeah, it's a very unfortunate by Storm there. He didn't get the best of qualifyings, but he was on the soft compound. Am I seeing this right? The Pro Bear pitting onto the wet compounded tyre.
It is raining. It is actually raining.
Has he just outsmarted the whole field?
He might have outsmarted the entire field here.
But I think the what? Yeah, I mean,
However,
is it raining that heavily?
I'm not sure how heavily raining it is. It doesn't look like it's severely affecting the grip.
But it will eventually pick up, and if people don't pit under the safety car, then they're not going to be able to get a chance.
However, if you pit within the first 3 laps, you do have to pit again, as pit within the first 3 laps does not count.
Yeah, but you can tell how slow he is. He's losing time to the safety car.
That's not good at all.
I think it's mainly because there is no water on the surface of the track yet. Yeah, he's running wide. Yeah, these tyres are just getting heated and heated because there's no water to cool them down. So I think he might have gambled and it might pay off, but doesn't look like it.
Oh, he's lost 1.3 seconds in the last lap to a safety car.
Yeah, so that's never helpful. He needs this rain to pick up a lot and really quickly.
Yeah.
But judging by how the other drivers haven't pit, I'm guessing they might know that the rain isn't too heavy and it won't be here for too long. Or they're just waiting.
Having the rain between laps 3 and 7, and then it stops and picks up towards the end of the race.
Yeah. I mean, all that the rest of them need to do is just pull away from him during the safety car ending, and then he will be fine.
He is getting to 9 seconds.
Yeah, the tyres are starting to get back into the zone, but that's only because Broski Dave is slowing down the pack now, grouping them all up. Currently going 80 miles per hour, but he is going quite quick for a safety car restart. Almost 100 miles per hour now. And this is going to give Bear a chance to catch up as the rain is starting to pick up. I'm not seeing anything lay on track at the moment, but here we go for the safety car restart. Bass Branch already off for a move on Dave, as well as his teammate Choco. Both of them getting the move done early on Dave, and we got Fanta trying to get past Dave as well. Fanta makes the move, Dave losing 3 position, and that's a spin! Fanta and Choco both take each other out there, and that's a reset to track by Fanta there. So that will be a time penalty at the end of the race.
That will be a 5-second time penalty there.
We're clearly stating the rules not to, but here we go. Mr. Zarata going for a dive bomb on his teammate. Makes it work there. He does get in front of him. Good dive bomb by him. His teammate Newton gave him the room.
So for Bear, Choco and Bear are currently having a battle, with Choco giving Bear a slight bit of contact.
Yeah, Choco's made it past him, but Choco does have a lot of wing damage. What tyre is he going to pit onto? That is the question, though. Is he going to take a gamble onto the wets, or is he going to stay on the softs?
Oh, this rain keeps pouring down. Surely within the next 2 laps, everyone will need to pit for wets.
Yeah, but you kind of want to pull away from the person on the wets already, but this is Fanta gaining another position. He did have a really good safety car restart until the spin in turn 1, where I think he did crash into the back of Choco. Yep, and here comes Fanta into the pit lane now. Let's see what tyre compound he will be going on, but we do have a move. I believe that is Rakes moving up a position, but Crispy. Here comes Crispy. No, Crispy's not going to be able to make a move there, as Pro Bear does get a 3-second time penalty. So it does look like he's off onto the wets, Fanta. So Fanta going onto the wet compounder tyre. If we have realised, Choco did not pit. Even with his damage, he has chosen to stay out on track. That's going to be some major performance issues on such a high-paced track. But we got Dave. No, not Dave. We got Mr. Zarata on the back of Bandy at the moment, going into sector 2, and then we also have Crispy on the back of Rakes. Are any of them going to be able to make a move? It does look like Mr. Zarata got a better exit than Bandy there. He's going to be trying to go to the inside for this next corner. Can he make the dive bomb work?
Bandy's not giving him space there.
No, but he did not have a nose in, so I think that was fairly justified. But he's got a better exit again. Can he get the slipstream? No, he's staying out the slipstream there. He's not even attempting to get it. There comes Bass Branch into the pits. I'm guessing he'll be going to the wet compounder tyre. No, he's off onto the softs. He is off onto the soft compounder tyre. As the rain does look like it is starting to slow down, it does not look too heavy. And that's Crispy going around the outside of Rates before the turn. Rates is going to get DRS now, though. And he spins! That's Rates into the wall.
Oh, God. That did not look like a good crash. Serious wing damage there.
Yeah, but he's going to have to... It's a long way to the pit lane here. Only in sector 2.
Bandy
So,
control and losing the position to Zatara.
I believe the wets might have been the way to go. Most of these soft compound users are starting to lose a bit of traction coming through these corners. Are you?
The
Oh.
wets are still losing time to the softs, however.
Right, so here comes Avocado and Crispy, both coming into the pit lane now. Are either of them going to go onto the wet compounds as Bandy comes in as well? Mr. Zarata's going to stay out and take provisional pole position of this race. Everyone's coming into the pits apart from Choco. And Choco still does have wing damage. He's missing a big chunk of his left wing.
Rake's got a 5-star penalty for speed in the pit lane.
That's not going to be good for him. He was doing quite well at the start. Broski Dave also coming into the pits. Everyone, it looks to be setting the wet compounder tyre, but Branch did not. Neither did Choco, and Mr. Zarata still yet to pit.
The rain seems to be slowing down, however.
However, Dave's AI has chosen to box and put the soft compounder tyre on, so I'm unsure that might be the way to go. The rain does not look too heavy at the moment, but it could pick up because it is not stopping.
This is a very interesting race. It's going to be a very interesting result.
And that looks like a spin from Probear. Yeah, his tyres have overheated there, and he's gone straight into a billboard. I don't know what they're called, a sign. He's driven straight into it. DRS is still enabled though, so that means it isn't too wet to disable that as Mr. Zarata comes into the pits now. And here comes Choco as well. And Bass Branch is going to take provisional P1. As well as getting DRS just for an extra boost, as there goes Choco getting a 5-second time penalty for speeding into the pit lane. So this looks like Mr. Zarata is going to come out the pit lane about P4. It looks like he's going to be able to keep the P4. As that's another spin for Probear, and it looks like, yeah, he is out of the race. Maybe the wet compound isn't the way to go, but some people are still putting on the wet compound, so I'm unsure. Bass Branch, Mr. Zarata, and Dave are all keeping on the soft compounded tyre. All the rest are going to be on the wets. Oh!
Bass hits into back. He's retired. Bass hit into the back.
Straight into the back of him there.
Probear.
He showed no intention of slowing down.
I'm not sure what's happened there. Did he not see him?
I don't know, but it was yellow flag. That's going to be a safety car.
He's obstructing the track. We're going to need to get stewards out there as soon as possible. Yeah, Bass here has actually been very smart and he's moved his car, trying to get it towards the centre of the track and out of the racing line.
Yeah, but very unfortunate for Bass. He was doing really well in the race, but I'm guessing he just didn't notice that car in front.
That's what it's like with F1. Lose concentration for 1 second and you're out of the race.
Yeah, very unfortunate by him.
And Bass is outraged as he goes into the chat asking what the Trident driver was doing. Safety car's out.
So it does seem like it does look like Thingy did have a gearbox issue there. Yeah, Bear, he was saying how he did have a gearbox issue, but that's really surprising. He must have been fluctuating through his gears a lot to make that happen. That is really hard to do in a single race, especially only halfway through it.
Yeah, he must have been doing 300 gears for damn that.
So his rate's going back onto the soft compounded tyre now.
But if you're having a gearbox issue like that, you need to pull off to the side of the track safely. That is him at fault in some sort of way.
Yeah. Right, so Avocado is going to be P1 currently on the fresh wet compound tyre, followed by Crispy, Bandy, and Choco. Fanta also on the wets, as well as Dave is on the softs. So that is surprising. I'm not sure if that's him or an AI. I believe it is him.
Avocado had a little joke there with Crispy while faking to go into the pits.
Yeah, that is Dave's AI. And Mr. Zatara behind him on the wet compounded tyre. Right, so then Rakes is going to be in P8 currently on the soft compound as well. And that's Dave getting overtaken by Mr. Zatara under a safety car. I'm not sure what he was doing there, but let him do what he wants.
Rapidly. Oh, there's a crash. I think that's Choco.
Choco and...
Choco into the wall, mate.
Oh yeah, Choco is now missing an end plate.
Yeah, his back wing's also a bit damaged.
So Fanta did look like he came off the track there, as quite a lot of cars did overtake him. And Choco will have to give that position back, I think. Or did Fanta slow down to such a considerable rate that he does not? No, it doesn't look like he has to give the position back. Dave is going to soon catch up to the safety car as well as Mr. Zatara. I'm not sure if Rates is going to catch it in time, but Fanta and Choco into the pits. I wonder if they could be going onto the soft compounded tyre. I'm not sure. I can't see him pitting for any other reason. Unless they both did lose bits of wing. Yeah, we'll try and go on board with Fanta. No, Fanta didn't lose any wing.
Damage. And he's getting some more wet spit on.
So we'll keep a close eye on these two to find out what is happening with them, because one's pit for the softs, one's pit for the wets. They're both going to be starting near enough on the same level for the next safety car restart, so we'll see which tyre compound is the best at the end of this. It still doesn't look like the rain's too heavy, but we'll see what happens here.
Choco is immediately getting time with Fanta. But I guess it's good to see.
Alright, so Avocado's still going to be P1 as he is trying to warm up his tyres as the safety car is coming in this lap. Fanta has managed to catch up, but Choco's still really far behind.
I think softs are the way to go. I think it's raining enough to promote wet tyres.
And it looks like Avocado is taking his time for the safety car. Oh, and there he goes. He's off for it now. Can he get a better getaway than Crispy behind him? It does look like he has. Yep, he is pulling away from him, as well as Crispy getting a better getaway than Bandy. And that's 4 wide almost, and that's, I believe that was Fanta straight into the back of Dave there. Straight into the back of Dave's AI, and that's going to be Mrs. Tara fighting Rates coming into turn 2 now. Can he get the move done? He's offered a late dive bomb, but Rates is going to give him room. So this is going to be a better exit.
Wanting to join the call, should I drag him in?
Yeah, you can do. And here goes Mr. Zatari's wheel with wheel Rates, but it does look like the soft compound is still dominant over the wets. as Rakes does pull ahead there.
Hello.
And here comes Mr. Satara straight onto the grass there. That's going to be him losing a couple of places.
Yeah, and Rick's now putting ahead.
There was a bit of contact there with that race. Little tyre tapping.
Fancy's pit again. Guess I've had wing damage there.
Yeah, when I was still in the race, it was definitely a softer. So I wouldn't go onto the wet tyres as early as them.
Right, so we do have two more drivers pitting. That's going to be Fanta and Dave, both going into the pit lane. Choco's right on the back of Mr. Satara, both on the wet compounder tyre currently. He's gaining on him quite heavily. It does look like he's going to be going for a move. Mr. Zarata's going to give him the room as Choco does bluff it, but gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings there. And that's going to be a better exit from Mr. Zatara, and Mr. Zarata is going to keep P5 currently.
So Choco does have 11 seconds of penalties.
Alright. And that's Choco right on the back of him again. Mr. Zatara is struggling on those wet tyres. So we'll see how long until Choco can get the move done. I haven't been paying attention. Is DRS still enabled or has it been disabled?
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's that much standing water looking at it. So
But it's starting to pick up now. You can tell with the water.
Yeah. I mean, when I was still in the race, it was definitely
Choco.
I wouldn't have pitted onto wet.
Choco and Mr. Zatara both wheel by wheel, and that's Mr. Zatara running very wide there.
And he does enter just ahead.
And that is going to be Choco moving up into P5 now. Rakes only 1.1 seconds ahead. Yeah, Rakes is starting to struggle on those soft compounder tyre now. As he almost went into the wall again. Almost a recreate of what just happened, as there goes Choco, and Mr. Zatara is also going to get the overtake done on him.
I think these wet tyres are now much faster than these soft.
Yeah, the soft compound users are starting to lose grip. So here comes Fanta now, also on the soft compounder tyre. So we'll see how he does, as I think he might lose it in the same place as Rakes. It's a lot slower. You think he's got it covered here. Well, the wet compound is a lot quicker, as Crispy has gained a lot of time on Avocado there. He's got it down to under a second, but DRS is disabled. And Avocado running wide a bit, as well as Crispy losing his back end a bit there. So it doesn't look like any of them is going to gain time on each other, but Mr. Zatara is gaining on Choco again. But it doesn't even matter if he's within a second.
It was around about 20 minutes of light rain, then it become heavy rain, so there could be this the end. Could change the whole race dramatically.
Now the question is, will Fanta come into the pit lane though? Because he should be coming in onto the wet compound soon, I reckon. No, he's going to stay out. Very risky from him, because you can definitely see standing water now on the track.
Yeah, so he's sliding through most of the corners here. Especially on that last sector. Running a bit wide. Going on to the start and finish.
Right, Crispy has gained quite a lot of time on Avocado here. He's gained 0.3, so here we go. Can he catch up in the last remaining laps of this Grand Prix? It's all about this exit here. It does look like Crispy did get a bit. No, Avocado flying from that exit. Really good exit by him. And it looks like they're the only ones going to be battling on track. Apart from, I kind of want to see what happens to Fanta because it is really wet now.
He will have to pit, or he's just gonna crash.
He's losing 0.1 of a second every corner to Rakes. So he is dropping back at a marginal rate. And that's not even per lap, that's just per a second almost. So will he come into the pit lane now? No, he's not. He's going to stay out on those softs.
Yeah, that's definitely not a very good.
He's gonna spin out at some point. You can't be on soft in this weather.
Like, that was 3.6 seconds slower than his time that he set. His best time. And that's Bandy with a 3-second time penalty. Bandy is up in P3, so a really good race by him. But Mr. Zatara, if he can just... Oh no, I think Mr. Zatara, like you said, had a lot of time penalties.
No, Choke has a bunch, so Tar doesn't have any.
Okay, so
he will
Mr.
get people
Zatara
on.
does have one time penalty. Okay, he's going to get the overtake done on... Yeah, he's definitely going to move it past Choco due to all Choco's penalties. Crispy does really well through the Sector 1 and Sector 2, however, when heading into Sector 3, he seems to be losing a lot of time to Avocado. It seems Avocado is a lot more comfortable around that part of the track. But he is gaining on him once again. Can he make anything happen here? No, it doesn't look like it. It looks like he's going to remain in P2 unless he goes for a late dive bomb, which he is not going to do.
I think Crispy will go for anything, as he does have a 5-second time penalty. I mean, there's no point for him going for P1, as it will end up in P2 anyway.
Choco, on the other hand, gaining a lot of time to Bandy here. Bandy on 4-lap older wet compounder tyre, so he is going to be starting to struggle now. Alright, so yeah, he has closed the gap very significantly, so hopefully he'll be able to make a move in this next lap to come. As we go on to the penultimate lap of the race here, with Avocado still in P1, closely followed by Crispy, but then Bandy with a 12.2 second gap. But Choco really close to the back of Bandy here. Is he going to go for a move around the outside? No, he's going to go for a better exit. Trying to switch back. He's wheel to wheel with the MP Motorsport. MP is starting to push him off track a bit there.
Crispy's in our slipstream.
And here we go. It does look like the Dams is going to get ahead here. So it's going to be Choco moving up into P3. However, he does have a lot of time penalties. And that looks like what Bandy is going to have to settle with. If Bandy takes his time, he'll realise how many time penalties Choco does have and realise he does not need to make this move. All he has to do is hold position.
That's up to the McLaren manager or the Mercedes manager to tell him, as he will not be able to check that in his HUD.
Now Fanta is really struggling on those softs now. It doesn't look like Dave is going to overtake him due to the fact of him being on wet
Dave's
tyres.
about to get
However, he is an AI.
Dave's about to get lapped.
So here we go on to the final lap of the race. Remember, ghosting is off. This could cause Avocado a lot of time.
And it is.
But is it also slowing down Crispy a bit? Doesn't look like it. Crispy is gaining massively on Avocado here. He's looking to make a move into turn.
Gives way.
Yeah, he probably could have made the move there and been fine.
I don't think he wants to make a move. Probably team orders by Optic.
Yeah, I'll have a check now. Check if Avocado does have any time penalties. No, Avocado is clean. He's had 0 time penalties. If he can hold this position. Yeah, Crispy's had a 5-second, but he sat that. So they're both clean on penalties. So it's whichever one crosses the line first, it looks like, unless one of them gets a penalty in this closing lap of the race. So here we go into Sector 3, the final sector of the Austrian Grand Prix. It doesn't look like any move's going to be able to be made, but anything can happen. Is he going to lose into the final corner? No, he's going to keep his position. That's Avocado going to be coming across the line in P1. And that's Crispy P2. And here comes Choco. Choco currently going to be crossing the line P3. However, he does have a lot of time penalties. So I think... Right, this game's a bit bugged because Choco should be quite far down there.
That is incredible by Avocado there, getting in 10 positions to win the race.
And Rake's having an absolute shocker of a race here, as he has lost 5 positions from the start. Not as bad as Bass though, who has lost 7 when he retired. Unfortunate for you, Bass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you not notice the car on track, or?
I noticed it was in front of me, and it was just I thought it would like pull over, but it just completely just parked its shit on the apex, and it like moved over and then moved back across. But
Yeah, so Choco, you did have a lot of time penalties. It weren't just that 5 second penalty, 4 warnings, warning, 5 second penalty, warning, penalty, warning. So was a lot of penalties given out there. So Fanta coming across the line 7th place. Maybe he should have swapped onto the wet compound, but that's driver of the day going to be going to Avocado. Well deserved by him.
Incredible.
Yeah, really good drive by Avocado there. Bandy also making his way onto the podium there, as we can see him in 3rd place. So that is going to be the end for free practice 1 of the Thermal Formula 1 League. There's the ending standings of what happened in the end. Of course, Crispy should in theory be P2, because he did have no penalties and crossed the line 2nd. So I don't know what happened there.
We had that in Bahrain as well.
Yep, so that is going to be the end for free practice 1 of the Thermal Formula 1 League at Austria. The next stream will be on Wednesday for free practice 2. I hope to see you all there, and that's going to be the end for us, and hope to see you in the next one, guys.